All right, what's going on, gentlemen?
Hey,
Going
how's it
on?
going?
All right, look, got the Philly and the Cowboy fan in the same studio with the playoffs. With the playoffs, everything's on the line. Super Bowl's on the line. The next time either one of your teams hit the field, and little quick shout out to my Seahawks, man. We figured out a way to get in.
Oh yeah, how about that, man? Congrats on that, man.
Yeah,
Had
yeah.
that
We
y'all
came from
had
the.
that lucky rabbit foot.
Hey, man. Yeah, we came out of nowhere on that one.
Yeah,
We got to thank the Detroit Lions for showing up. Even
yeah,
though we technically eliminated them in winning the game. So,
yeah. How about
yeah,
that, right?
yes, sir. Well, that's enough for Seahawk
I
talk
like I like the
today.
Seahawks too, Tyrone. Y'all might have a shot.
You know
Hey,
what?
man.
That's a tough task with the Niners, but you know what? They're 2-0 against us this year, so maybe that third time is the charm. So yeah,
Hey, man. Y'all seen Brock Purdy before? I mean, y'all know how to
yep,
get to him. That
yep,
Yeah,
yep. All right, yeah, we got to run that ball, and Gino can't have two interceptions like he did against the Rams yesterday.
oh yeah,
Can't have the turnovers. Yeah,
yeah.
not against that defense.
Get that ball to Kenny Skywalker and let that man run. Stop
There,
holding him back.
there you go. That's what we're gonna see. That's the modern day Kurt Warner for all those diehard Seahawk fans from back in the
yes,
Yeah,
day.
sir.
Yeah, but yeah, man, we are here, the Sports Brothers show, uh, and so with Philly Red Zone and Jerry, and if you can tell by the images, Jerry's is the cowboy, and Philly Red Zone, the name says it right there, the
Yep.
Eagle,
oh yeah.
and so it's gonna be an interesting episode here. So we welcome you all to the show. Today is January the 9th, 2023, and we're just gonna get it in because have there's college championship game tonight, and so the gentleman was like they were gracious enough to come on and get on board and get some of this NFL talk in. And what we're gonna discuss was our thoughts of the Cowboys, thoughts of
Well,
the Eagles, and the opportunity. We're gonna try to figure out how far we think both teams will go. Hey, go ahead, Jerry.
no, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
say
neither
something.
one of them gonna be in the Super Bowl.
All right. Well, there's a spoiler on
My
Jerry's
theory,
side,
I
but
think I said this earlier, and
uh,
if y'all kind of pay attention, last time we came together and I was talking about the Cowboy, our problem is Dak Prescott. I've been telling
oh,
everybody is that now I'll put it this way. I heard a commentator say this.
yeah,
It is hard on the Cowboys because we never know which Dak Prescott we're gonna get. But in that same tune, it is
yeah.
also hard for the opponents because it's hard for them to determine what Dak Prescott they're going to get. So they can't prepare for him.
Oh, yeah.
But the inconsistencies, we're not going to get in. Where I had said earlier that, we were going to beat Philly when it came down to this last game. And I was glad we beat Philly, and I'm glad we actually lost because we tend to play better after a loss.
Okay.
So going into this wild card game, I think, especially playing in Tampa Bay after they lost to Atlanta. Now Tom
Yeah.
Brady is good in the playoff. He's smart, so you can't never tell. But he just don't have any weapons around him to help him out.
Okay.
And I think Dak will show up in a big game, but games we're supposed to win, he never show up.
All right. So we're gonna leave it right there, and when we come back, we're gonna dive deeper into that with the Dak Prescott, whether he shows up or not. So, Sports Brothers Show. Here we go. All right, we are back. We're gonna get into that. Before we do that, everybody, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and after you do all three of those things, hit share. Because sharing is caring, and the more we can get out here, the more it supports the show, makes it better. So we definitely appreciate those who have and those who will. All right, Dak Prescott was the topic there that Jerry, um, led us with for today in the Cowboys. And so let's go ahead and go from there at this point. All right, Dallas is in the playoffs. They will be at Tampa Bay next Monday night, 8:15. They set this up as the main event. So let's get your thoughts on the Cowboys and their chances. And we'll go ahead and start with you, Philly Red Zone.
Okay.
You already heard some of
Well,
the things that Jerry said.
okay, cool. When I look at the game, yeah, I agree with Jerry with the whole, Dak being Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, football. I mean, the guy, has great ability, but sometimes he plays himself down. Sometimes his weapons they also play, down or up, to the level of their competition. Um, when I look at the game, um, I'm kind of like split. I mean, the Philly in me, I'm gonna just say the Bucks, but the football guy in me, I give the Cowboys. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'll say a slight edge, 49-50, just because.
That's slight.
Yeah, just I'll say this just because of my Philly guy Michael Parsons, man. Even though he wearing the star, that kid he can make a play. But you look at the Bucks. I mean, they're a beat up team. They're an older team. I mean, Evans couldn't even, didn't. I think he didn't play yesterday or something because he has some injury that came up. Not Gallup. Godwin, he's still kind of hit or miss coming off of that ACL. Leonard Fournette, I mean, the guy, he, 1 minute he's running for, I ain't gonna say 60 yards, I'll say 25 yards, and the next minute he losing 10 yards because he just can't get out his own way. But I mean, it's going to be a great game. One of those teams that win that game, maybe on a flight to Philly. The likelihood that we'll see one of these teams is kind of like 50-50 because, I just think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to sitting down and watching this, and it really don't matter who wins. To me,
It doesn't matter to you.
I mean, you asking for the GOAT or you asking for Dak, Daniel Jones or Geno. That's kind of scenario the Eagles is in. So I'm just looking for great football. I want, in lieu of what we all experienced this past week in football, I just want everybody to get out of the game healthy so we can have good fan, conversations like we're doing right now. And hey man, Jerry, good luck, bro.
I appreciate the look. I was saying to you guys, I mean, no shade at you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I've been saying this for the longest. I just ain't sold on Philly winning it yet. I know they've been playing and they've been winning, and they definitely is a better team with their quarterback, but I just don't think that Philly, they might win that first playoff game, but I don't even think they'll win that, to be honest.
Uh-oh. Well, we're
Because
going to find out.
sometimes it's just sometimes Philly lately has not been showing. Like this last game, they played good, but who did they play? Right? They just like Dallas lost to Houston. These teams that are coming up now hungry, and sometimes Philly don't play to they like what you think they are, who you see. And sometimes they tend to get in trouble and they got to try to come back at the end. Jalen Hurts got to try to bring them back. And I think that's going to catch up to them.
Okay. Well, before you come back with the counter there,
okay,
let's go ahead and throw out here that the Philadelphia Eagles won the NFC East division, so they are the Eastern champs, the NFC East champs. And the thing about this division, as you all would know this, because both of your teams have been fixtures in this division for decades. As you can see, man, this division of the last 18 seasons can't get somebody to get it back to back. And so, I mean, that's a good sign of parity within the division. Teams are preparing and drafting, picking up free agents because they know they have to, navigate through the East for the most part, especially if you want to be a playoff team. And the good thing about you guys' division this year, there's three teams in that division that's in the playoffs. Jerry, you mentioned the Giants as well. So there's three teams in the East. The Eagles are the champs, and now you can respond to Jerry and Jerry's thoughts about your Eagles advancing.
Well, I'll say this. You know, the game yesterday, that was a vanilla game plan, man. That was get the lead, hold the lead, get out of the game. Everybody get out of the game healthy. We go on in a bye week. The past 2 weeks, Jalen didn't play. You know, we had to, as Eagles fans, had to stomach through Gardner Minshew, which, you know, the Dallas game, he was, I'll say, okay. And then he just kind of was a shell of himself against the Saints. But Jalen's back. He'll be even better, you know, come the divisional round. You know, I know you can't see the Eagles win the Super Bowl. I expect that from a Dallas fan, but I can. I mean, everything runs through Philly. So, you know, as the teams come, if they're gonna knock them off, they got to be ready because those guys will be ready to roll. I've seen them at their best. I've seen them at their, I guess if you want to say worse, which was the Washington game, where, you know, they just had a bunch of just uncharacteristic turnovers and penalties and missed calls. It was just a S storm, I'll say. But, you know, they got through it. They lost that one game, won 5 straight. You know, for the first time all season, they lost back-to-back games. And then they won the game week 18 going into the playoffs. This part of the season in football, it's not, the style points go out the window now. You know, all that 59-3 and all that. Hey man, win the game. I don't care if you win 3-0. We going to the next round. You know, I look at your squad yesterday. Y'all still had a lot to play for, and y'all let Sam Howell beat y'all. Now that would make me nervous. You let a third string quarterback come in and put up 26 points on your starting defense. You know, when y'all got to prepare, pack up, and go to Tampa, y'all don't get time to sit back and reflect, you know, on what transpired. Y'all got to get the game plan and get ready to roll. So, but we'll see. Hopefully we'll see y'all in the divisional round, and you know, we'll talk even further. But y'all got to get there first. We already there waiting.
Yeah, I know it's cost of the division. Now, don't get me wrong. If we win, now Philly is my team. I told you, I don't really have no hate against Philly. I like Philly. It just kind of messed up how we're all kind of bunched up together, so it make it hard. It ain't fair. It ain't fair based on our record, but you know, it is what it is. And but like I said, we'll win this game. Just based on the pattern, we lost a game this week. We'll turn around and win this game next week, without a doubt. And then my problem after that is now, after the win, is are we going to put 2 together? And we really hadn't been able to keep putting 2 or 3 together since Dak came back.
Yeah,
the backup, I can't think of his name right off, but you know,
Rush.
he came in and put 4 or 5 in a row together.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing I keep saying about Philly. It ain't that Philly can't win it, but even with Minshew being in the game, Philly couldn't really do it. So they had to. So they let you know, if we don't have Jalen Hurts, we can't get it done.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's
the thing that scared me, because those guys like Dallas, that wasn't Dallas, whoever it was they played, but their defense had him locked down where he couldn't do anything. And I mean, I think they won the game, but they exposed that. So that's the thing that scared me about Philly, is that are they going to be able to play if someone called Jalen's number? They keep that inside linebacker just standing there waiting on him to run. You know, they got to keep that robber there just watching and watching. You know, you can't penetrate too fast or too soon. So that's my thing. But I hope Philly pull it out if Dallas don't. Now my 3 teams that I'm gonna shut up, going either that I say got the chance to win the Super Bowl are 49ers, Kansas City, or Buffalo. Out of those 3 are definitely shoe-ins, I would say.
Wow, that's some tough teams that you just named. I'm sure Red Zone's going to have something to say there. But now, Jerry officially has predicted that the Cowboys will advance. Do you agree with that, Philly Red Zone? Do you agree that they're going to
Um,
advance Monday?
no, I think they're gonna have. I think they're gonna struggle. The Cowboys are 0-7 against Tom Brady, and that's documented. Um, for some reason, when the Cowboys see Tom Brady, they don't bow well, and I really think the Cowboys secondary. They got quite a few marquee injuries in that secondary, and he's a double move away from giving up a 50-yard touchdown to Evans, and we ain't even played a game yet. So I like the Bucks. I think it's going to be a very hard fought game. I think it's going to come down to the last 20 seconds of the game where, Cowboys defense trying to get Brady off the field or stop him. He gets close enough and they send y'all home with the field goal 24-21 Bucks.
Well, I'm gonna go and say this, and I think the Cowboys going to beat them pretty handily. I really think Cowboys. I'm looking at that score probably could be anywhere 35-7 Cowboys.
Ooh.
I really feel like Dallas, just based on what I've been
strong.
seeing, I think they're going to beat the Bucks pretty good this time. You got to look at Tampa Bay coming off a loss to Atlanta too, and it's like, yeah, that's going to be hard on them, man. I don't think they're going to give Cowboys that close game. Actually, I kind of hope that they do because we may play better going into the next round. But I think Cowboys going to probably beat them like they beat Minnesota.
All right.
Different time of the year, man.
I feel you. If Tom Brady would have someone else, would have a serious running game, had some serious receivers, if Mike Evans was healthy and they had some other people, and if Dak quick throw an interception, and if you notice, interception come from Dak from in and out, 10 to 15 yards, in and out. He never read the cornerback over the top of the receiver. He never reads that. I don't know if he's studying film, and every time the cornerback come right around and pick the ball off. So if he can straighten that out, anything across the middle, he's good. He let his receiver get behind you, he's good. But if you keep him boxed in, he's gonna throw an interception. I don't know why he gets so tunnel vision on that. But anyway, like I said.
And before we get out of here, gentlemen, because we're right up at the end here. I appreciate you guys being on, by the way. Any key X factors for both teams? Jerry, any key X factors on the Cowboys, and then Philly Red Zone after that? Any key X factors that we need to be looking at for Philadelphia once they get to play the following week?
I think the X factor is he's been showing himself and he's been around for a while. What's his name? The receiver they just picked up.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton. I think that's going to be the X factor in the game.
Okay.
I think he has the experience. So, yes, that's my X factor right there.
All right. Very good. All right, Philly, what about for those Eagles?
The X factors, hey, it's starting. It ends with our MVP quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He might not be the league MVP, but he's the Eagles MVP. And then also Hassan Reddick in the Eagles secondary. I mean, they got CGJ back, so that's only going to make them stronger. Vontae Maddox should be back in the next week or two, but I believe he'll be back for the NFC Championship game. So they just got to play one more week without him, and that's it, man. Those three factors right there for me.
Okay, very good, very good. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be some exciting professional football coming up. Tonight is the college championship game tonight. And one last prediction from you, gentlemen. TCU or Georgia?
I'm going with Georgia. You got to go with Georgia on that. I mean, like I said, if TCU get out in front of them, Georgia may have a problem, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Georgia as well. I think their defense will come to play tonight. But I wouldn't be surprised TCU shocked the world. But from a bet man, I'm gonna say Georgia. They come away with it.
That's right.
All right, there it is. You heard it from the guys right there. Philly Red Zone and Jerry. Definitely appreciate these gentlemen being on. And we're gonna get back together. We got to round this back. We got to round it up again. We'll talk about it after the Monday night game. So we'll probably see you guys next Tuesday if that's all right.
Yeah.
Either Tuesday or Wednesday. All right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, all right. And if we really get saucy, we may even try to do something right after the game so we can go ahead and get the post game reaction. So depending on if the Cowboys win or lose.
Yeah.
All right.
Just let me know.
Right. We'll definitely let you know. And ladies and gentlemen, if you hit that notification button, you will be ready regardless of what day we come back and get together. But for Jerry and Philly Red Zone, I'm Mr. 401. We thank everybody for watching and tuning in. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
See y'all next week. Have a good evening.
All right.
All right.
Bye.